this poetry, and I hope I can honor the space that's been created by these wonderful voices. And, I am the director of Asheville WordFest. I don't know if you know about it. It's a poetry festival. It's in its 4th year. And it will be taking place May 5th through, well actually now we have events going the whole week. There's like the week of May 2nd through 8th in May. And this year's theme is resilience. And I'll be bringing, for the first screening, one of the first screenings in the country, a documentary called Poetry of Resilience. And it features the work of 6 poets who have survived tremendous tragedy and difficulty. One of them is a man who's in his 90s who skipped school one day in Hiroshima and went out into the countryside. And when he returned home, everything was gone. And another is a survivor of ethnic cleansing. And the agreement is that when life reaches an end within us, and yet we still find ourselves alive, the language we speak is poetry. The festival will feature some other poets, in addition to the ones in the documentary. And these are Kwame Dawes, who was born in Ghana and raised in Jamaica and emigrated to the United States. Allison Adele Hedgecock, who's Cherokee Indian. Brian Turner, who is an Iraq veteran, who still has some bullet in his head and is a tremendous poet. Paul Guest, who at the age of 19 was in a terrible accident and rendered paralyzed, and he found poetry. And Linda Hogan of the Chickasaw tribe, whose writings about the environment and poetry and life are beacons in teaching us resilience. So it's my joy to say those names and to say that they're coming here. And I'm humbled to receive grant funding from North Carolina Arts Council, so the festival's free to the people of Asheville. And we have other events. There's another reading going on in Asheville at the pub underneath the orange peel. And this week's, is it on Wednesday night? Wednesday. On Wednesday night at 7, join us at the pub. And it's not a slam. It's a great place to go when there's not a slam going on. Back in the early 90s, when poetry was happening here, when nothing else was, there was one espresso machine, there was one bar, and maybe 2 bars, and there was a lot of poetry. Every Friday night and every Saturday night there was a poetry event, one at the Green Door, one at Malaprops, and it's just wonderful to see us up and running, because this is a poetry town. So, Griffin, thank you. Yay! Now I will be quiet and read. Love doesn't die. People die inside it. We don't know how to move with it, how to breathe it, because we think outside it. So we try to control it the way we control dancing and play. We try to tame it the way we tame the horses. Love has been to dancing lessons. Love has had a whistle blown at it. Love wears a bit above its tongue. It's afraid to move, so it looks dead. People move around it. Sometimes they touch it to see if it moves. If it moves, they want to tame it. If it moves, they want to control it. If it moves, they want to ride it, like they ride the horses. And if they fall off, they shoot it. And they say, love died. It's the Christmas season. It's the season when we leave our houses to go out and participate in Christmas joy, buying presents, and get our asses kicked in places like the Asheville Mall. And in honor of that happened to me today. It was quite incredible. And we return to our cars after the experience and are amazed at what thoughts we thought during the last hour while we were out doing our Christmas shopping. thoughts we thought about other human beings who were late getting us boots or something like that. This poem is called Walmart. It was in honor of Christmas season. I'm a great fan of embracing darkness as we head into Christmas. I'm a great fan of honoring it the way the old people did, and that was that, holy shit, it's getting darker earlier, the world is coming to a fucking end, we have to sacrifice somebody soon. It's all gonna go away. That's where I am. So leading up until that solstice, it's okay to be bummed out. It's okay to write your darkest, saddest poems and share them with your friends. Your friends will thank you. Thank God. I thought it was only me. So, here's the Walmart poem. More ways that I'm happy with. I'm at that point where I have to say the government's gone too far. I mean, I miss you. I.e., I'm not sure I can make it on my own. I mean, in 1,000 languages, I want to tell you the world is freaking me out. I was in Walmart today. Half an hour. Aisle 12. Office supplies. Selecting a stapler was as difficult as it sometimes is selecting a friend. A long process. One way. Lots of thought. I felt unsafe there, even though John Lennon was singing full-throated Imagine over 200 aisles packed with objects priced low because of the recession, or because of inflation, or because maybe it's true that's how it always is in Walmart. I don't know. I never pay attention. I read somewhere that Mr. Walmart was at the top. Good for him. All I wanted was something, anything to put all the papers together. Maybe it's something you can't buy. Maybe it's something you're born with. Anyway, everyone in Walmart's way seemed helpless and angry. It was like we'd all been hardly items by a woman in a blue pin-up Pontiac. We were both concentrating so hard on the same empty that I think we thought we were human or something. And we met, headlight to headlight. We made eye contact, and for some reason, we couldn't look away. So we honked. Really loud. I met up with her later in housewares. First our purses touched, then I stumbled back and bumped into her. I was scared. But then she smiled. So I smiled back. Smiled at each other. It was a warm smile. It was a smile so warm, it was like we were apologizing for everything that had ever gone wrong. And I looked at her. She held diapers, a saucepan, and 2 liters of Coca-Cola. I held my stapler, swing line, 500, made in the USA. She went back to her shopping, and I paid $5 for my stapler. John Lennon was finishing up. You may say, I'm a dreamer. But I'm not the only one. And as I was going down, I was saying that story of the concrete slab in the parking lot. A guy in a mixed